What's going on, guys? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to do your North Node reading for the sign of Gemini North Node, Sagittarius South Node. I hope all is well with the 8th House Energy community. Those of you who are part of it, welcome back. And thank you for all the love and support you show to the channel. For those who are new, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you'll subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post, which is usually weekly. The channel is heavily laced with tarot and astrology. So, part of the astrology is doing these North Node readings. Your North Node is, why you're here and the purpose of you being here. It's where you're supposed to be going. It's your destiny in this lifetime. The South Node, which is the opposite polarity, is the experiences you had in your past life and even in your childhood. And you're supposed to take the energy, the expertise and the knowledge and the experience you have from the past lives and use them in a way that will help you to move forward towards your North Node, right? Which is your destiny in this lifetime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 5 cards, and I'm going to take a look at those cards and see what could be hindering you or holding you back at this point in time in your life from keeping you from going towards your North Node, your destiny. Now, with the Gemini North Node and a Sagittarius South Node, with your past life, as in the South Node in Gemini, in your past lives or in your past life as in your childhood or in your previous lives, you were exposed to lots of knowledge. You may have been you may have grown up in a very religious or one perspective or one-sided view of things. You also may have studied a lot, may have a lot of book knowledge, but you don't have a whole lot of real-world experience. So in the past lives that you've had, you may have lived many lives, many lifestyles, many varieties of lifestyles, or been more very book smart. Some of you may have PhDs now, or in your past life you may have had PhDs. You may have been somebody who was a leader, a religious leader, or somebody who may have even ran a cult of some sort, but you were very strict in your way of living, but you were also someone who could have been very book smart, very intelligent, just had one way of viewing things, one philosophy of how you lived. And even in this lifetime as a child, you may have grown up in an environment where it was very structured, very rigid. You didn't get to experience a lot of different things. You may have grown up in schools or in a very strict religious or spiritual background where there wasn't a whole lot of experiences that you had. So now what you're supposed to be doing is, in this life, you're supposed to be, as far as your destiny is concerned, you're supposed to draw off of the experiences from your South Node energy and use them to help you towards your North Node. So you're supposed to draw off of the variety of lifestyles and experiences that you've had in past lives and even in your childhood. And then what you're supposed to do is take that energy and use it in a way that allows you to go out in life and actually have some real life experiences with things. Experience what you've learned in these books. Like if you're someone who spent years in school and now you got your PhD. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go out into the world, and now you're going to actually experience. You're going to come out of the book realm and actually go into life and experience some of the things that you've studied, some of the things that you've learned, maybe about other cultures. Maybe you went to school as an archaeologist, or you went to school for some type of social science. And so you spent years and years and years in the books, or learning about different things, and now you're going to actually go out into the world. That is your destiny, is to go out into the world and experience. Now take the philosophies, the ideologies, and the energies from the past lifestyles that you've had, and you're supposed to go out and experience. So for example, you may have heard about, okay, well, this is what they did in this particular religion, and now maybe you may want to go and participate. Maybe you may want to go on a sabbatical and study with the monks. Okay, or maybe you've done that. Maybe you grew up in a very culturally closed off environment, where it didn't allow for a lot of different views and beliefs. And now that you're an adult and you're moving away from home, or you're moving away from that lifestyle, or you find that you don't have a whole lot of real life experience, now you want to go out and experience. And so that's where your North Node in Gemini comes in. So you're going to want to go out into the world and experience things, and learn things for yourself, and see if what you were taught or what you studied is actually true. It's like going to school, right? And then you're going to school for a certain concentration. And then when you get out there into the work world, you're going to take the fundamentals that you learned from school, but you also know that going out into the world is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother animal. There's unwritten rules you're going to have to learn. So, this is what the North Node in Gemini energy is about here. So the overall energy for your spread is the Four of Swords. So I feel like this is, an energy of someone who is at peace, someone who could be meditating, someone who could be resting up, repairing themselves. Maybe there was some type of injury. Somebody could be in the hospital. But we'll see what this Four of Swords could actually mean. Somebody maybe is not speaking to someone. Let's see. So we have the Fool energy in reverse, which is Uranus, major arcana of, I just said it. It's the major arcana. It's the Fool energy ruled by Uranus. It's in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which is Virgo energy. Then we have the Queen of Cups, which is an energy of Pisces. And then we have the King of Wands energy in reverse, which is Leo. And then we have the Knight of Swords energy in reverse, which is Aquarius. So what could be hindering you from moving towards a lifestyle of living and experiencing things, going out into the world and having experiences? You may have read about a particular culture, and now maybe you're deciding to move into an environment where you're able to experience this culture and you want to see what it's like. So what could be hindering you? Well, we have the Fool energy in reverse. So this is you being apprehensive about jumping into something. This Four of Swords could be the fact that things are peaceful in your life. There's no real drama. There's no real stress. Because maybe you don't do much. Maybe you just, you go and do what you need to do and then you come home. Maybe you don't have much of a life. Maybe you just work, do what you do, and that's it. Right? So the challenge in your situation, the current situation right now, could be the Fool energy in reverse. You may be a little bit apprehensive about going out there and jumping into things without thinking, or you're afraid that because you may not know what's going on, or you may not be abreast of things, you could be very hesitant to go out and just, be free, and experience. Now, the challenge in this is the Eight of Pentacles energy in reverse. It's because, it's things you don't know. Right? There's things out there you don't know. You haven't really, you may be feeling like, okay, I'm not really sure what to expect. I don't know how this works, or maybe you haven't really put much thought into it until recently. Okay? That could be the case. But I do get an energy here of not wanting to jump in because of maybe not putting too much thought. It's safe, like being safe with this Four of Swords here. So maybe you're getting tired of that. Maybe you're like, look, I'm getting bored. The Four of Swords could represent boredom. So maybe you're bored and you want to shake it up and you want a little something different. Maybe the challenge here is that, maybe you work too much, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You're overworked, right? Or you lack experience. Now, the Queen of Cup energy is the energy your guides want you to keep in mind. So instead of using your... I feel like here with this Four of Swords, this represents you using your mental, using your logic, looking at things from a logical perspective, right? That's what keeps you grounded. That's what keeps you steady. That's what keeps you, comfortable with where you are. What you're currently experiencing with this Fool energy is rebelling against that, because the Fool energy is Uranus in reverse, right? So Uranus is a planet of surprise. It's a planet of rebellion. It's a planet of just being unique and being you and going against the grain or going against what you've normally been doing. But the challenge with that is that Eight of Pentacle energy in reverse here where, you haven't thought about the repercussions of it, or you could be overthinking it. That could be the case. But the universe is saying just to, follow your intuition. Listen to what your intuition is telling you. Make sure that if you're going to go out and venture, that you are in an environment or around people who do care about you and want the best for you. But you also need to make sure that you take care of yourself as well. Okay. The King of Wands energy in reverse is where your head is at. So this could be you afraid of venturing out. Okay. Because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going on. The outcome here, though, is the King of Swords energy in reverse. Like, you may be keeping that to yourself as to why maybe you don't go places, you don't do things. Maybe people invite you places and you don't go, or because, it's like an energy of you not really knowing what to expect, or kind of being apprehensive, right? Let's see what else we got here as far as the top 5 cards. So we have the Four of Swords energy here. And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse. That's Libra. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is Sag. Okay, that's your South Node energy. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is Taurus. And the Three of Wands, which is Aries. So what I'm getting here is that you want to switch things up. Okay, with this Four of Swords and the Two of Swords reverse, you definitely want to switch things up, but you're apprehensive with the Nine of Wands energy. But you do want to go out and have fun. You may have friends or family members who like, yo, come on, let's go do this. And you're like, eh. So this Four of Swords can represent the fact that you're a homebody. You don't go anywhere, you don't do much. You don't experience a lot for whatever reason. And so, with this Two of Swords energy here, your person could be, your friends or what have you, could just be like, damn, you don't ever want to do nothing. You don't want to go nowhere. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You always like, no, you always in the house. You're a homebody. Come on, we need to get out. We need to do something. And you could be feeling a bit guarded about that. Okay. Because on multiple occasions, people could have said, come on, let's go do, and you didn't go, or you came up with some type of excuse as to why you couldn't go. But, the people who love you and who are around you with the Six of Pentacles, they want you to be a little bit more open and be, open to what they do and what they're into. And this is also about, if you want to meet friends and connect with people, you're going to have to be a little bit more open to other lifestyles and getting to know other people and seeing what's out there. So I feel like this is you with that Three of Wands looking at that. Putting yourself in a position like, okay, so what do I do now? How do I do this? You may be to the point where you are lonely with the Four of Swords. And it's like, you realize with the Nine of Wands energy and the Two of Swords in reverse here that, this is, because going towards your Gemini North Node, you want to be social. You're a social creature. You want to be, but you're a bit apprehensive with the Nine of Wands. And I feel like with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Wands energy, you're going to have to be open to experiencing things that some of your friends want to experience. You're going to have to be, how can I say it? Nobody, and I don't think you're trying to be this way. I just think you're very, apprehensive about what you do and how you go about doing it. Because like I said, with the Fool energy in reverse, you're not the type of person who's just going to go jump out there, because you overthink things with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you overthink things, or you look at things from, it's like I don't want to call you boring. It's not that you're boring. It's just that you want to change your lifestyle. You want to have more friends. You're ready for this now. But it's like you just have to be very careful about the people you surround yourself with and who you open up to. And a lot of these people don't know that you don't have a whole lot of experience, dealing with people, relationships, things like that. And so the universe is telling you you're going to be okay, but what you need to do is just listen to your intuition. So you're going to be coming from a perspective of, looking at things from more of a, like when you were in your past lives and you were in your childhood, you were taught what to do. This is what you do. This is the structure. This is the way things are. Now it's to the point where it's like, okay, I got to go out there and I got to dip my toe in the water and see what it's like. It's like somebody who doesn't know how to swim and they're learning how to swim. It's like somebody who doesn't know how to ride a bike and they're learning how to ride a bike. All the apprehensions that come with it, being nervous, being afraid, going out, like say, for example, you're going to, somebody might have invited you to a party and you may be apprehensive about that because maybe you've never been to a party or you're not the partying type. Okay, so it's all the apprehensions that you have about doing it, but yet it's something you want to experience. So, what you're going to have to consider is what's holding you back and why, with this Nine of Wands energy here and this Fool energy in reverse. What's holding you back, right? Because Uranus is all about rebelling. So I feel like what you could maybe considering doing is rebelling. But the challenge in what's holding you back is the Eight of Pentacles energy in reverse, over analyzing things, thinking about it too much. Because with Virgo energy, the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. When Virgo is in its negative energy or in its in lower level energy, it over analyzes, and as a result of it over analyzing, it's not making a decision. So if it's not making a decision with the King of Wands in it, it's not taking action. So until you can make a decision, you're not going to take action. So this is where your head is at with the King of Wands energy. And so with the Knight of Swords energy is the outcome here. I feel like what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to stop being antisocial. Like, you realize that you're somewhat antisocial and that you need to get out there and you need to start connecting with people. What's going to happen is you're going to end up being lonely with the King of Swords energy in reverse, because this is Aquarius energy. And when this in reverse, this is, Aquarius is all about socializing with people, having a social life, having like-minded individuals that you connect with. And with this King of Swords in reverse, if you continue to be apprehensive about going out into the world and experiencing things, then, you may end up being lonely. Some of you may be feeling that now. So that's why you probably are like, okay, how am I going to do this? What do I want to do? I want to go out and experience things, but what's holding you back is the question. Okay. So I feel like this major arcana here, which is Uranus, is key. Now, Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus is in your 12th house. So your 12th house is your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind. So I feel like with Uranus there, your unconscious is clearing itself of all of the apprehensive energy that's keeping you from, or that has kept you from going out. It's like it's pushing you to take things to the next level, because that's what Uranus in retrograde is doing. It's pushing you to be individual. It's pushing you away from your ideology and your thoughts. Maybe you had curfews growing up, and you grew up in a real strict, say you went to military school and you were in the military and all of that, like from grade 1 all the way up until you're in your in your 20s and maybe in your 30s, right? You've done everything in a regimen. It's been a specific lifestyle, a specific time for this, time for that, time for that. And maybe now you say, for example, you left the service. And so now you're out here to start your life again. Maybe you were in a position where you were in prison. And now you've been in prison, in and out of the prison system all of your life. And now you're getting out, and say you're in your 30s or your 40s or even your 50s, and you still got some living to do. And it's like, okay, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I get back? It's like getting in and experiencing things, right? So that's what I feel like a lot of you are going through. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the extended. I'm going to pull a couple of cards for each of these just to get a better understanding of what could be going on, the psychology behind it, and get some advice for you as well. We'll pull some oracle and get some advice. So if this resonates with you, North Node and Gemini, please leave a comment and let me know. Click the like button as well. If it didn't resonate, don't worry about it. It's just a general reading for the North Node. Don't worry about it. Maybe check your okay, if you're North Node in Gemini and this didn't resonate with you, maybe check your North Node in Sagittarius. See if that resonates in any way, shape, or form. All right, and if it doesn't, don't worry about it. It's just not your reading this week. Check your other readings that are posted. You'll see some show up on the screen here as we close out. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So with that being said, we're going to head to the extended. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Later, North Node and Gemini.